Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a really quick update video for you guys on stock market to get you prepared for next week. On Dow Jones, it's down 1.12%, Nasdaq up 0.38%, S&P down close to 0.5%, and Russell 2000 down on the day 1.18%. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. On top, we got consumer cyclical led by Amazon, technology, basic materials, communication services. And look at what's happening right here today. Healthcare taking a beating, utilities, financial, real estate, consumer defensive, and even energy. Now, if you look at right here, week to date performance for last week, what do we got on top? Utilities. So that was a risk off move here in the market. Here on stock market map, look at right here, energy, Chevron taking a massive beating down almost 7%, XOM down 2%, and healthcare also in deep red today. Only thing green on the day and big, Amazon up almost 7%, Tesla up 0.75%, Meta again up on the day today. Yesterday this thing was down all the way down to I think 279, and today back up to almost 300. So that is a big insane move on Meta. Google flat on the day, Nvidia finishing 0.43% up on the day, AMD up, Intel they beat earnings, it's up on the day 9%, and Microsoft was up, gave up all the gains, and now only up 0.59%. Apple stock also up on the day 0.80%, and S&P 500 and especially Russell 2000, why cannot move higher? I mean, look at this mess right here, guys. All the banks, everything in deep red today. And now we're going to look at SPY ETF. So before we get started, if you're new here, consider subscribing and definitely hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated, guys. Now, if you want to take your trading skills to the next level and you want to join my group and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, and 3 days of live trading, check out the link below in the description for Patreon. And once you join, everything will change. Now here on SPY ETF, I got SPY on top, S&P 500, and that's dumb money, what they call, and HYG right here on bottom. And what do you see? HYG not making a new low today, where SPY actually made another new low. That means what? Smart money, they're actually buying behind the scenes. We're not seeing it right now. It's going to play out soon or later. And that is why, when I see people are actually shorting right here, guys, I mean, this is not a place to short. At least you want to wait for a bounce back up to, I would say, daily 200-day moving average, and that is around 223, maybe even at 220 if you want to short really badly. But shorting right here, even if there is a crash coming, I don't want to be a short position holder right here, buying puts and shorting SPY right here. So that is a risky game if you're shorting right here at the lows, knowing that smart money, HYG, they're buying behind the scenes. And if we do that, things can really turn ugly quickly, and your account can suffer by shorting it here. And I have seen it so many times before. Even last year on that bottom in October, what happened? A lot of people were calling SPY going to 250, and then what happened? We actually got 460, right? So yes, you can short, but ask yourself, is this the right time to short right here? Or you want to wait for a bounce and then maybe you want to try your luck and shorting it at a higher price. This is not the zone to short. And if you look at my screen right here, look at this was a long consolidation right here between 411 and 410 right here for a long time, couple of months. And then we saw that explosive move to the upside. And now we're coming back down here. This head and shoulder pattern that we saw a couple of weeks ago almost playing out. And now if you're shorting, I mean, this is a bad place to short SPY. Let me just put it that way. So going into next week here on SPY ETF, and I'll be posting those expected moves on my X account. And if you're on there, you can give me a follow, and that link will be down below in the description also. So this is gonna be the battleground right here, 410 and 411. And if that gives up, we do have unfinished business down here. This gap 407.27, and below that we could be coming down to 405, and then this gap down here 401.60. Now to the upside, it's getting really extremely oversold. If we get a bounce from here, then watch out for a move back up to 417, and above that 420. And I'm not going above 420 right now. Let's see how actually things work out going into next week. But this is gonna be the key zone, the big support right here between 411 to 410 right here, guys. There was a lot of consolidation right here, and now if this level actually gives up, you're going to see a lot more selling. So if you're buying the dip, definitely prepare to buy more at a cheaper price right here or even below that. On Triple Q, it's up 0.48%, and look at this move here on Triple Q, finally breaking below this support right here, 350 to 351. Now I can give you guys an easy example what happened on SPY. 430 broke, right? Then what happened? 420 was holding, right? That support also gone, and then now today, not even 410 holding, went under. So now that we broke this big level, unless we get that breakout early as next week, we do have earnings from Apple and then FOMC on Wednesday. So Triple Q needs to get above 350 to 351, and only if that happens, you're going to see a move up to 355. I'm not going to even say 360 next week because I don't see that's happening next week. 360, 350 to 351 will be a level to watch, and only above that, watch out for 355 on Triple Q. Now there is no support down here. It's holding onto this lower Bollinger Band as a support, and this Bollinger Band will come down unless we get that breakout to the upside. And if this thing comes down, guess what? Below 350, 351, you're going to see Triple Q coming down all the way down here to fill this gap at 332.91, and I think it's going to happen because look at all the other indices. SPY already filling quite a few gaps. IWM, same thing. All the gaps are filled to the downside. Dow Jones today took a massive beating. That one also coming down. So I think if we cannot get that breakout right here, 350 to 351, this thing will come down here to this gap at least next week, and we could see that again. High volume selling for the last 3 days. Today was green, but if you look at it, guys, I mean, I would not call this a healthy green day. I mean, it was barely up, did not even get up to 350, 351, and just getting a dead cat bounce. So next week, this level needs to break to the upside. Otherwise, you're going to see Triple Q coming down and filling this gap all the way down here. On Dow Jones, it's down over 1%. And look at this one, also on a big bearish engulfing candle with high volume selling today, breaking below a key support down here, 326. It's getting extremely oversold, but look at the size of this candle. So going into next week, to the upside, it needs to get over 326, 328, 62, and only if that happens, you're going to see a move up to 333.49. Now to the downside, below 326, it's also trading below daily 200-day moving average right here. And that means one thing, below 326, you could see Dow Jones coming down here and filling this gap at 322. And this is going to be another big level of support right here on Dow Jones. Now, if this level also gives up, then watch out for the support down here, 318. And it's definitely not looking good going into next week. On IWM, it's down 1.18%. And look at what's happening right here, guys. I mean, this support between 164 to 162 was holding for 4 or 5 years. And now, finally making a new 52-week low, 161.67, and barely closing at 162. Now, also high volume selling today, and there is no stop. I mean, we cannot even get a counter trend rally going on here on IWM. So next week, if you want to see small caps getting a bounce, it needs to recapture 164. And only if that happens, maybe some consolidation right here, and then you could see a move up to 170, and that's gonna be a counter trend rally here on IWM. Now, if this thing breaks below 162, that is it. The next stop, another $10 down from here, and that's gonna be around 152 to 153, which is a long way down, and this one is also getting extremely oversold. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I think this is a great opportunity to go long here on this ETF. On VIX is up 2.85% and again closing over 20, and that is not a bullish news for the market. Now, if you look at my screen, upper Bollinger Band on VIX actually expanding, and that means one thing. This thing can hold above 20. The next stop, again, you're going to see 23 on VIX. And this is where you gotta be careful, because if this thing finally makes another new high and gets above 23, guess what? You're going to see more selling in the market, and this one can go all the way up to $26. Now, next week, if this thing actually get crushed below 20, that is when you're going to see market getting that counter trend rally, and VIX staying below 20, that means what? This thing can come down, possibly down to 18, and then maybe more downside. We can talk about it right now because it's already up here at 21.27. So you need to see a breakdown on VIX below 20, and that's gonna be bullish for the market. And if this thing's staying above 20, definitely, you're going to see a lot more selling in this market, even going into next week. And we do have, like I said, earnings from Apple and also FOMC meeting. So on TNX, it's kind of concerning. This one not going up that much today, kind of a flat day, and also not breaking below any big support, not breaking below this candle. And that is really concerning because this thing can spike again. And if that happens, it's going all the way up to 50. Now also, if this thing actually takes out this low down here, 48.28 to be exact, then watch out for a dump off to this gap down here, and that would be around 47.24, and then possibly coming down here to 45.73. Now that's a long way down, and look at today. It's flat on the day, not even coming down. So next week, guys, you need to watch right here, 48.28. Only if you see this one breaking below this level, you're going to see a rally in the market. Otherwise, this thing going back up to 50, and that's going to put a lot more pressure on S&P 500 and also on Nasdaq 100. So the dollar also not backing off today. And if you look at my screen, I mean, look at this breakdown. It was a fake breakdown here on dollar. The next day went back inside this channel. And this channel here on dollar, it's holding for a long time. I would say 4 or 5 months now. And now we got a doji indecision candle here on dollar today and holding the support right here, 106.30. Now, if this thing can hold right here and also can take out this high, 107.35, guess what? Top of this channel right here, almost 109. So if this thing gets up to 109, guess what's going to happen to S&P 500? A lot more downside. So you need to see dollar actually breaking this channel and getting under. And if that happens, you're going to see a lot more upside on S&P 500. And a dollar can actually take the back seat for maybe a couple of weeks. So thank you so much for watching. And let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated.